It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Hope y'all ready for this one, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
Back to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll look to throw. His throw left side is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First and 10. Up the middle they go. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to...
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Next to score, visitors 7, our home team nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken at the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They send the tight end in motion. He'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be brought down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Stop at the 6. And that sets up 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he can't get away. Down he goes. Back to 16.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On 4th down, they'll send in the field goal unit. This from 34 yards. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the visitors will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over for their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Receiver in motion. Going right. Quick hitting slant there. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
So after one, 10-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll send him over to the left. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic 1st down.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
So, 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And his guys are on the board. It's now 10-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. Result is a first down.
Off the play fake. No chance at all. He'll go down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's fielded at about the 18. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one complete right side. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
One of the tight ends motions right. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Tight end going in motion here. Back to the air one more time. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On comes the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing right, it's taken in.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Quick throw taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. They'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Now a handoff, running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
He'll try the right side this time. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got it at about the 8. He is in.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point. And his guys go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
A toss left side caught by his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
So now this team's offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And the defense all over this one. They knock them down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
It's a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. 1st down and more. He's inside the 35. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
Here's a run. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Now a timeout for injury. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This team's offense ready to take over once more. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Wow, important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. Important punt here in this tie game late. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard. Back to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This brought in out past the 20. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points. Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big game.
Quick hitting slant there. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up first down.
And he'll be taken down.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
The extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through, and his guys will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. They'll run. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive. They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation.
I had to take a chance on fourth down, and it's intercepted.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. Moving the tight end right. They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. A handoff as they try to run it here. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Back to the ground after the penalty, and it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. One of the tight ends in motion right. Now, faking the game. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. They get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. This is 1st and 10. Again, working deep downfield. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that is incomplete.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.